Yo, what is up everyone, and welcome back to another YouTube video with your host, Kenkukun, and today we're going to dive into Destiny 2 topic, where you're trying to hold an area, right? You want to hold an area, zone control essentially. So you're in comp, you're in survival, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, it doesn't matter, but it's 3-on-3 right now. So you're trying to hold an area. So this is the scenario I just ran into. Now, if you can identify and relate other scenarios to this on other maps, and I do it all the time, you're gonna have a huge benefit. So let's say you want to hold an area. Let's say you want to hold this area, right? This area is prominent because of overtime, and you can see heavy, because heavy's there. You're gonna either be on this side of the suicide tunnel, or you're gonna be that side of suicide tunnel, right? So let's say this is the area you want to hold, like this, the courtyard. So you got the sewers. Well, I usually call this sewers. So you got the sewers right here, and you're trying to hold it. All right, so you got 3 people. Now, you're up by 2 lives, or even up by 1 life. You have the life advantage, and the enemy has 1 super, right? Now, the scenario I found myself in was Thunder Crash. So what you want to do, you want to hold this area. Now, well, how do you hold this area? Where should I be placed? Should I be standing here? Because I got to look at heavy. Should we all just be standing out in the open? No, not really. If you're trying to hold an area in any objective base game mode, the longer it takes the enemy to get to the area, the safer it is. That's why you see all these action movies and anime and all these shows where the bad guys, the antagonists, whatever you want to call them, they're trying to keep them away from the bomb. So they're just throwing bad guy after bad guy after bad guy after bad guy at them, right? They're all of you go stop that dude, and then the main villain, the brains behind the operation, he's going to get in a helicopter and leave. But they're throwing wave after wave of enemies at them to try and slow them down. So to make it take longer to get to where they need to go, right? So you don't want to stay down there to protect that area. You want to stop the enemy from getting there. So you have 3 guys, right? If the enemy's splitting a lot, you're going to want 1 guy to keep an eye on his radar over here. Doesn't mean he has to be over here. He could be like right here, right? He can kind of see heavy, kind of not really. He can team shot up there if he has to. And he has the radar over here, right? You definitely want someone in the ruins up here, somewhere up here in the ruins, right? In the maze, trying to slow them down. You want to slow them down. If not kill them, you want to slow them down. You don't want them to look at this area. Once they look at the area, you're in the danger zone. Now they've gotten really, really close, especially if we're fighting over heavy, because if they can look here, that means nobody on your team can look at the heavy, which means the enemy's going to be able to pull the heavy. So it was against the super because it was Thunder Crash, because he could close the distance and kill people from a great explosion radius. I said I had 1 guy go up here, and I probably should have put 2, but that would have been a risk. It was a risk either way. I had 1 guy up here, and then I myself took this area, right? Because now I'm watching heavy, and this is a really good spot because you can see heavy. You don't have to look down the tunnel, and if they assume you're not looking, which again, you want to, if you can, anytime you can outsmart the enemy, you want to do it. So they run down the tunnel. Oh, nobody's looking at heavy, and they hear gunfire from up here. Oh, they're busy with our teammates. We're gonna rush down and grab the heavy, and now boom, boom, boom. You hopefully get a free kill, right? You could emote the doorway. Because it was a Thunder Crash in this scenario, right, and any kind of melee super, I wouldn't recommend it. With a grenade, it's viable depending on the grenade you rock. But it's all holding down an area depends on which map it is and where to put your resources, right? Where your teammates, you and your teammates need to stand. So again, trying to identify the best locations. You could have 2 up here, and their job again is to just slow them down. The more time we burn, the sooner we can get to a super, the sooner we win the round, because we run out of time and we have the life advantage, etc., so on and so forth. And then they fall back. All right, they're pushing in right side. I got to fall back. Boom. They've made the call out. Now they fall back a little bit. So, okay, so they get the heavy, but they still have to come out the tunnel. So 1 guy could be standing here, right? He could see tunnel. Nothing else can really see him without running up to his side. All right. Now I've come off of sewers. Now, as soon as my teammate says I'm falling back, whether I see a guy or not, well, the grenade goes in the tunnel. But you're gonna throw something else down there, right? That's gonna slow them down even more. That's 3 seconds off the clock. And I'm going to back up. with a hand cannon, maybe I'm under here, maybe I'm right here at this rubble. We could have a teammate right here, right? He's, you know, he could see far right if someone peeks over there. If nobody's up there, he can always team shot up there. He's got eyes on this tunnel. And then if I don't stand here, you know, it would be good for me to go up to the right, right? Well, if I can jetpack, it would be good for me to go up here. Now, if anyone pushes this area, I tell my teammate next to me, hey, we need to move because there's a guy up here. Now we're falling back even more, right? We're slowly falling back. So not only are you trying to hold an area, you may have lost the area. Now it turns into, do you have an advantage? If it's life lead, then you're trying to burn out every second you can. So you're slowly backing away. You're slowly. Now, if you outright run, the enemy's going to be like, yo, they're just running. They're running for life lead. And then they're going to get ballsy. They're going to rush with heavy. They're going to rush with their super. And you're probably going to get shot in the back, thunder crash in the back. You're going to get cut off by another super, right? You want to slowly back away, because if they do split at any point in time, and you can call that out on the radar, then you can either say, hey, and I would assume a super split, but you could say, hey, we could push the one alone, which is a risk. And the other way is, hey, let's push these two, hold our ground, because there's one guy alone behind us. You don't know where the super is unless you know where it is, right? So there you go, guys. Hopefully this video helps, again, about holding areas. Once the enemy sees the area you're trying to control, they are too close. You want to try and hold them back as much as you can for as long as you can. If you get the kill, great. If you don't, that's okay. Just keep buying time. That's the name of the game. That's why there's 2 minutes on every round. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope this helps. Hit the subscribe, thumbs up, leave a comment below if you have any questions to expound on this idea. You got a different strategy. Maybe I could cover something that I didn't in a later video. Let me know.